have our full year 2023 predictions video. We have a pretty good card on our hands with a lot of great talent, with some matches that I'm excited for. I'm sure you're excited for some as well. But yeah, what is your hype for the card so far, or going into it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good card. I think there's a lot of matches to be excited for. Even the pre-show match could have, like, you know, a kind of trickling thing where if something happens there, then it could lead to this happening later on in the night. So yeah, it's a lot of things going on for this pay-per-view.
Yeah, and let's get straight into things, where we have MJF taking on the Guns with a teammate of his choice or by himself for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. And who do you have for this one?
I think I'm going to go with the Guns for this one. I think I would just like to see them go on a run, and MJF doesn't need the tag belts. With Adam Cole hurt, you can't push that forward either, so it just makes sense for him to lose. And then the whole Devil thing as well could have something to do with this. Could be his teammate even, who knows. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with MJF for this one. I think it kind of does depend on who the teammate is. I think if it's Samoa Joe, I think they do win it. However, if it's somebody like Roderick Strong, I do see them losing it. I think Roderick Strong will be the reason for the loss. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the Guns win the belt. I think they're a great tag team, and they've done great work since their feud, like splitting with the Acclaim, feuding with the Acclaim, and then kind of reinventing himself, joining Bullet Club, and yeah, kind of being back to like a likable team again, because at one point they were a very hateable team, and they were very hated. But yeah, going into our next match, we have the AEW Women's World Championship, where we have Hikaru Shida taking on Timeless Toni Storm. And who do you have for this one?
I think for this one, I'm gonna go with Shida, but I would like Toni to win. Toni just has a great character, probably the best character, honestly, in all of wrestling that I watch, at least. But yeah, I would like to see Toni Storm win, but I think Shida wins because she hasn't really had a good title run yet. As crazy as that sounds, considering that she's had quite a few runs, she's never had like a great one.
No. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go Timeless Toni Storm. I think she is one of the most over women in AEW for sure, and probably all of wrestling right now. If I had to say, I think there's not too many people who are in that the category that she's in. I think it's very limited to a few people. I think there's a future storyline with her and Mariah May, who just recently signed with AEW. I think they're kind of the Trish Stratus, Mickie James kind of storyline, where it's a fan and protege type of thing. So that should be fun. But yeah, I have Toni Storm taking this one. And then next up, we have a 6-man tag match where we have Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland, with Ric Flair in the corner, taking on Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. So who do you have for this one?
I think this is a safe bet to say that Edge will win. Adam Copeland will win. I'm never gonna call him Adam Copeland. It's just never gonna work for me. But yeah, I think it's just an easy win for him. It's his first pay-per-view in AEW, like having a match. So yeah, I just think it makes sense for him to win. Or if he doesn't win, I think Christian pins Edge.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Sting, Darby, and Adam Copeland. Like you said, Sting's farewell tour is kind of starting. This is Adam Copeland's first pay-per-view match. It just makes sense, I agree that if Christian's team were to win, it would be Christian pinning somebody. But if I'm being honest, I'm really ready for this entire group of people feuding with each other. It's kind of been the same thing for the past 6 months, it feels like. I don't know, Adam Copeland just got there, but really I hate to say it, but I'm already over the Adam Copeland and AEW. Like, when it first happened, I was so excited. If you guys watched the Wrestle Dream video, we were both super excited, but for me, I've lost all, I'm not gonna say faith, but all feelings towards him being AEW, because he hasn't really also showed up too much as well. The first few weeks he was there, and the past few weeks I don't know if he showed up. I don't remember seeing him, at least. Maybe 1 or 2 vignettes, but yeah, I'm kind of over it already. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go the team of Steen, Darby, and Adam. And then moving on from that one, we have Orange Cassidy defending against Jon Moxley for the International Champion. Who do you have for this one?
I think I'm despite me wearing the best friends T-shirt, I'm gonna go Jon Moxley here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jon Moxley as well. Jon Moxley won the belt against Orange Cassidy. He got injured in the Ray Phoenix match, lost it there. I think he wins it back here versus Orange Cassidy. Should be a great match, though, and one I'm pretty excited for as well. Next up, we have one of my favorite feuds in AEW right now, and that is Hangman Adam Page taking on Swerve Strickland in a Texas death match. Who do you have for this one?
Obviously, this is his match, essentially. But I think Swerve's he's gonna take it in his own match. Obviously he won the first as well, but I'm not really a big fan of the feud, so I'd rather just end tonight. He just takes a huge win, wins twice, and he just looks strong.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna go with Adam Page. I do think they're gonna stretch it out to a 3-match series. Like you said, Swerve won the first one in Seattle. I think Hangman gets the win here, and sets up a third match probably at World's End. So yeah, this should be a great match. And like I said, I'm really enjoying this feud. You said you're not, but to each their own. But yeah, this is one match I'm really excited for. The next one, we have the Golden Jets, aka the tag team of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, taking on the Young Bucks. And the stipulation for this one is, if the Golden Jets win, they will get the Young Bucks AEW World Tag Team #1 contender shot. But if the Bucks win, the Golden Jets are done for. They cannot tag team anymore. They're disbanded as a team. For this one, I'm going to go Young Bucks. I don't really want to see Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega team up anymore. I didn't like it in the first place, and I don't like it now. Now that Kota Ibushi is officially signed with AEW, I think hopefully they do something with Kenny and him if they're not going to use Kenny in the solo aspect, or if they're not going to use the Elite as a trios team as well. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Young Bucks for this one.
Yeah, I'm a copy as well, because same as well. I just don't really care for Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and I probably should. Like, they're a good team, but it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of over the Chris Jericho teaming with like everybody on AEW. I get it, obviously. He's trying to put over as many people as he possibly can, which is great. But I mean, you don't have to put over Kenny.
Yeah. He's one of the biggest indie stars of all time, and one of the best wrestlers of all time. So, yeah. But moving on, we have a women's three-way match where we have Chris Statler defending her TBS champion against Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Who do you have for this one?
I think for this one, I'm going to go all in on Julia Hart. I think she's been proving herself to not just be the House of Black manager, and she's proven herself to be, a part of the House of Black, a wrestler, just in the women's division, obviously. But yeah, she's done a good job proving herself. AEW done a good job booking her and just making her look strong. And I think this would be like a big moment for her to kind of push that narrative away that she's just a House of Black manager, or she can't wrestle, or whatever false narratives they have of her. I think this would be a big one for her to kind of get rid of those.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think Chris Statlander will be walking out with the belt, and so then I'm tied with, so I'm down with Julia and Sky Blue, who have their own thing going on, but also that could be the reason why Chris Statlander does win it, so, but I am going to go Sky Blue. I think it'll be her big moment, and just, she pulls out kind of a win here, and then her and Julia either have some type of face-off, or maybe with the mist, maybe she even just, after the win, she just hands Julia the belt maybe, and there's something there, I don't know. But yeah, I do think I'll go Sky Blue for this one. Next up, we have a 4-way for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. where you have Ricky Starks and Big Bill defending it against Jurlistico and Roosh, FTR, and Malachi Black and Brody King. And who do you have for this one?
I think literally any team could win, but the one team that I don't really care for is Ricky Starks and Big Cass, unfortunately, because individually they're both great, but together, just not a big fan, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it could go FTR. I don't see House of Black really winning. Pretty much just FTR, in my opinion, at least. I think they're gonna win.
Yeah, I'm sort of you where I can't really get behind Ricky and Big Bill. Like, I try to care, but just there's something there that I don't know why I don't like it, but I just don't. And then you have Malachi and Brody King, which I don't think they're gonna win it, and I'll kind of rather it have been Brody and Buddy Matthews. And you have Malachi Black do some type of solo match, because I think that's what a lot of people are waiting for finally, is just him to be a solo star. We see it in NXT where he was phenomenal as an NXT star, and I think him going back to that would be great. When he first came to AEW, he started up the solos and was going against Cody Rhodes for the TBS title, or TNT title rather, my bad. But yeah, I don't think it'll be Malachi and Brody. I don't see Ricky Starks and Big Bill, so I'm kind of left between Roosh and Jurlistico and FTR. And you want FTR, so I'll just go Roosh and Jurlistico. Roosh signed not too long ago, haven't done much. I think this would be a great moment to really push him as the next big luchador for AEW, and kind of have their big heel luchador as well. But yeah, this should be a very good match as well. And then the main event of the night, we have MJF taking on Jay White for the Triple B, the AEW World Champion. And who do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with a controversial opinion. I would assume it is, at least. But I think MJF loses this match as well. He loses both matches, loses all the gold. And then MJF goes on, like a downward spiral, I guess you could say. And obviously he'll be built back up. But I think this is just a good way, because MJF is MJF. He could lose 10 times back to back to back, and it's not really going to hurt him all that much, because he could just bring himself back new life, just speaking, and just, he shows up every week and he's reliable. So he could lose 100 times and be fine. Jay White, I don't know if it's the same case with him, but I have been liking him a lot recently for sure. Like, he's definitely grown on me a whole lot. Like, I wasn't very familiar. I'm still sort of new to AEW. So when I first seen him, I was kind of like, all right, he's good. But now that I've watched him for a few months now, it's like, he's really good.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves to win and should retain. And yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry you were. I think it does depend on what happens in that pre-show match with MJF and the Guns. I think if MJF were to lose that match, I think he loses the main event as well. However, I don't think either that's going to happen. I think he wins here. And maybe we see some interference from the Devil, because the Devil seems to be sided with MJF, even though MJF doesn't want to be sided with the Devil. Which is interesting, because the Devil has attacked the Bullet Club Gold for some time. But now he's attacked the Acclaimed. He hasn't been attacking MJF, but it seems to be everybody around him. They seem to be the targets next. But yeah, I do think MJF wins. I don't think he's really losing anytime soon. I say anytime soon, but I think he could lose it at World's End, right before 2024 happens. The biggest free agent signing of all time is going to happen, even though I already think he's signed with AEW. I think that's already been re-signed for a while now. But yeah, I do think MJF retained. Alright, so got all of our matches done. A few more questions before in the video is one about the Devil. We've kind of been teasing with it. I'll ask you two questions. One, do you think he'll show up on the night? And two, who do you think it could possibly be behind the mask?
I do think and hope he will show up tonight, because I'm ready for the Devil storyline to be pushed forward and at least get a reveal or something, or or if he would somehow be MJF's teammate. If that somehow happens, I would even like to see that to push it forward. Just because I just want to push the storyline forward. Basically, I'm just kind of getting over it. I'm not there yet, but I'm kind of getting to that point. So hopefully something does happen. As far as who it is, I mean, I literally have no clue. My first instinct was CM Punk. I feel like that was most people's first instinct. But a lot of things has happened since then. So I don't think that's really a thing anymore. I don't think he's going to be at Survivor Series next weekend. But yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm the same, but like, I'll be honest, I don't know who it could be. Like you said, it could be Punk. I've seen people say it might be Adam Cole, but I think the injury is very real. I don't think they have him doing that while also being injured, but it would be very cool if it was Adam Cole. I think that's something very crazy. Then you have people like Wardlow who could be it, even though the Devil didn't look that big. Wardlow's obviously a big guy, so I don't see that being him. But yes, and the rumors kind of said that the people who are under the mask as well are the people who are portraying the characters. That is who you will be seeing. It's not like stand-ins or anything like that. And they're probably already signed, people have said, so it's probably somebody already on the roster. So you kind of narrow your answers down if you guys want to figure it out. But yeah, I'm very torn on who it could be. I'm very ready for it to be. It would be very funny if it was like CM Punk in like this new faction, because there's like 4 other people. It'd be funny if it was like Punk, FTR, Danhausen, and like, I don't know, maybe like Hook, yes, or Jungle Boy. Who cares? Well, I guess him and Jungle Boy have beef. So
it's the real glass, buddy.
Yeah. Also, there actually is a chance that is Danhausen, because his return has been delayed and stuff like that. Could be him, maybe. It would be really funny if it was all just for Danhausen.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
But I think a lot of people would just be like, "Are you kidding me? We're supposed to care about Danhausen now?" Some people would be mad, but I think a lot of people, or a good amount of people, would be happy.
I think majority of the people would be happy, because even with Danhausen on your team, like, it's a losable match, man. Yeah. So yeah, I think bringing him in would confirm to me that they're gonna lose, but it's gonna be just a great match. It's gonna be a hilarious match. They're gonna find a way to make it hilarious with MJF, the Guns, and Danhausen. Like, they're all pretty funny, so you could expect something good to happen.
And then the last topic we'll touch about, Tony Khan announced that somebody is signing with AEW on the pay-per-view. He said it's somebody very beloved by the company and are beloved by the wrestling community, and that's all we know, really. People have thrown out their opinions on who could possibly be. The 2 obvious ones that everybody's really throwing out is Ospreay and Mercedes Moné. Honestly, don't see it happening. I think both their contracts aren't up yet. I know Ospreay's isn't up until January, February of 2024. Mercedes, I still think, has dates for her to do in New Japan / Stardom. So I think that's kind of out the window. And then really after that, the people I'm looking at as for people who could be in the picture is people from WWE who got released in the big release that happened, 2 months ago now? A month ago? I don't know. So maybe like a Riddle, but I don't think it's him. Dolph Ziggler, I think, is someone who's very loved by the community. Someone like Shelton Benjamin can also be in that category. He's very loved. Mustafa Ali could be. Yeah, that's kind of the people I'm like rattling down, because unless somehow somebody's contract in WWE right now just ended and they're about to get signed. Because I've seen some people throw the possibility of like Charlotte Flair coming and being the person. Obviously, their relationship with Andrade, and people have kind of said she hasn't done much recently. It could be a sign of her being done, but I don't see that really, I'll be honest.
She has another belt to win in WWE before she's done. But another rumored person that I've seen come up today on Twitter was Ronda. She's been doing like indies right after leaving WWE, so she hasn't had a 90-day clause or anything like that. So yeah, she's been doing indies, so she potentially could come. I don't think that's what the AEW women's division needs. I think I would way rather Sasha Banks than her. But it would be a big signing, like a big name, so it definitely would help, but not in the way that people want.
Yeah.
But the big, like we said earlier, we kind of spoke about it lightly earlier about who it could be, whatever. And then one person who I thought of that it could be, who fits the mold exactly, is Zack Sabre Jr. I think that'd be great. And also, I kind of just thought about this on the spot, but what if the signing and the devil is the same, and the devil is Zack Sabre Jr., he signs and enters in the main event and has some sort of interaction with MJF?
It would be cool, but at the same time, I don't think that's what you should be doing with Zack Sabre Jr. Like, it just doesn't fit him. Like, he's a bastard type of guy, but I don't see him being the devil or the person being signed. Another person I've seen for the devil at least is also Pac. He got re-injured, I think they said, and if he's healthy again, he could be the guy, which I think could be pretty cool because he's a very talented wrestler. And yeah, I think that could be a cool one as well. But yeah, that's kind of it. Not really many more suggestions, so yeah, kind of wrap it up there. We have Survivor Series predictions going out next week. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, we'll release more content around the Survivor Series themed and stuff like that as well, so make sure you guys check out that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video if you made it this far, and we will see you guys in the next video.